When I'm getting set for my delivery, it's important to have my front foot, my glove foot, so if my catcher's over here, my glove foot about a half step in front of my back foot. You're gonna have a lot of kids who are gonna wanna start bladed and offset like this. I don't generally like to recommend this, and the reason is my target's over here. I want all of my energy and all of my momentum to be translating into that direction. If I start with my back foot here, I now have to move for a right-handed thrower towards third base with my energy and hope that I don't lose my balance too far forward. It can be really hard to maintain a good balanced leg lift when I'm moving in that direction. Have your players start with their glove foot a half step in front of their back foot. Hands up high, the middle of their chest or the top of their belly. I don't generally recommend down here. Reason being is I have to move my glove up in order to clear a path for my leg. So let's try to minimize as much movement as we can. My feet, they shouldn't be directly together. If my feet are directly together, we're gonna run into a situation where it's actually very unstable and hard to kind of lift straight up from this position. If we shift our weight too quickly in one particular direction, we can fall off quite easily. A few inches of separation in between their feet will provide a nice, stable, balanced starting position. So if I have my catcher over here, my leg lift is very much just that. It's a lift. It's not a kick. What I'm looking for is to drive my knee straight up towards my chin. My foot should just follow the path of my knee. You're going to have some kids who are going to want to try to lift their back foot towards their rear end. We want to avoid this. This really isn't doing anything for us. And in fact, we're likely going to catch ground on our way towards our target. So where we can, once we're set, and we're going to call this the set position or the stretch. This is the position that most of our throwers are going to start with. Once the batter is set and they're in their position, I'm ready for my delivery. My front leg just lifts straight up high. Here it is. My front foot, my lead foot is directly underneath my knee, and my ankle's kind of loose. I don't want to force my toe towards the ground because it's going to create rigidity in the front side, which we don't want. But it's nice and loose on the foot. My leg, ideally, is parallel to the ground. If you can, and the child's flexible enough, go ahead and drive that a little higher. Nolan Ryan was one of the first pitchers to really prove this, that he was able to demonstrate that the higher he lifted his leg, the more force and energy he was able to develop into his pitching motion. There are statistics and numbers out there that will actually show his delivery, and it increases like a mile or two an hour for it. Now that's important for an adult, but for the kids, we want to get them into those positions as much as possible. I'm going to show it from the side just so you're able to see. I'll do it from the front side. But that's our delivery. That's our leg lift. I try to never lose contact, eye contact with my catcher. That's our leg lift. That's the first stage in pitching. Work on that. Have fun with that. Have balance competitions with your kids. Balance is so critically important to that first leg lift. If I lose balance, I won't be able to deliver an effective pitch to my catcher. Get a nice strong base, hands high, leg lift.